Nowadays, any information is just a click away. For some Texas parents, that's a concern.
Our kids are unquestionably suffering from many harmful effects of overexposure to digital platforms.
Last year, Texas lawmakers approved House Bill 18, now known as the SCOPE Act, but only part of it took effect on Sunday.
It wasn't surprising to see Judge Pittman's ruling on this, in part because, as Judge Pittman points out, a number of the terms in the law are pretty vague.
Amy Sanders, a law and journalism professor at UT Austin, says because the law requires social media sites to block content that they consider harmful, it leaves a lot up for interpretation.
The real challenge is that the social media platforms don't know what content to block and what content not to block, and they don't know what's going to get them in trouble.
Sanders says if these companies are trying to avoid lawsuits, they may block more content than they need to be safe, but that could restrict free speech.
If you set up a filter that filters out the word grooming, you're going to get things like dog grooming. That's certainly not the intent of the law.
The part of the law that is in effect requires parental consent to create a new account, and that could also present some challenges.
They could just enter wrong birth date information, and so that provision is particularly challenging to enforce.
In a statement to KVUE, Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, wrote, quote, "Due to new laws in Texas, people in the state may experience some changes to our services, including how teens and parents access and use our apps." The company says it's also in support of requiring parents' approval before kids can download certain apps. But Sanders says this law could be nearly impossible to regulate.
We can't expect the impossible from these platforms.
We also reached out to TikTok and Snapchat to see how they would be complying with this new law. Snapchat declined to give us a comment for now, and we're still waiting for TikTok to respond to our request. Live in the newsroom, Malia Masamoto, KVUE News.